Good evening, friends. This is Laura with Potpourri of Life. I hope you're having a great day. It's getting late. It's towards the end of Friday night, December 30th. One more day of 2022. So I'm not expecting that this video will be up tonight, although I will try, but that means it's going to get up early in the morning. I'm really excited about 2022 being behind us. We had a lot of things that happened this year. And we're going to still be confronted with the estate challenges. And I was telling my husband, I said, and this is one thing, I'm not complaining about this past year in a negative way. Yeah, I've had challenges, but we have challenges all throughout life. But then one thing I was telling my husband is that in life, we all encounter challenges. And even though this isn't something that can be resolved in a month or 6 weeks, it's just a fragment of time. When it's over and 2 years have passed, we will have all forgotten about it. The one thing that we need to take away with us in the moments that are challenging are what did we learn from it and how has it improved our lives? Now, I can't say the last 3 years have been beneficial on all of our health, because I don't think it has. But if we take a moment before you put your foot right into 2023, take a moment and ask yourself, what did I gain from these past 3 years? How did I grow? Did I make a difference in anybody's life? Did I have to adjust some of the things that I normally do to make it easier for others? Now, I'm not implying that we should change who we are for others. We should be changing ourselves for ourselves. I want to share a quote. To be at peace, your opinion of yourself must always outweigh the assumption of others who are talking about you. So no matter what they think of you, it shouldn't matter. What you think about you is first and foremost the most important. It is a conscious decision that their words no longer have the ability to keep you down. Oh my gosh, we've had a couple of years of how people have criticized us or not, and it doesn't matter what side of the bridge we're on. And I call it a bridge because every part of our lives are stepping stones. And sometimes the bridge that we might have to cross is old and ratty and could fall down, or it could be a new one. We should be building up the bridges in our life to improve our lives as well as those around us. Now, with this quote that I shared, be at peace with your opinion of yourself. Are you at peace with your own opinion of yourself? Do you value you? This is an area that I've been working on. This is something I shared this is one of the things I mentioned in my resolution versus intentional change for 2023. I shared I don't like doing resolutions because for me, they put a lot of pressure on me, like, okay, I got to do this. And sometimes our brains are not designed to do that. Intentional change is steps. It's a process of change. We make little steps at a time. Say you want to make a habit of that you're going to exercise every day, but you're tired every day. Do a little bit, at least once a week. Put it on the calendar. Today I'm going to make 10 steps down the walkway and come back. And then just do that until you're making 20 and put that in your calendar and say, okay, 20 once a day or twice a day. Because when we make a habit of something, then it becomes routine. And that's why I don't believe in resolution of change. I believe in intentional change for improvement. Now, you can make intentional changes that can destroy your life too. But sometimes I don't think those changes are intentional unless you're a very mean-spirited person. Because I think most of us desire to have joy in our lives. And the only way to get that is to give of yourself. Now, for me, one of the intentional changes that I'm doing is to honor me. Oh, it sounds so selfish to say. I've always been that person. It's like, well, I've got to do for others all the time. I've done things for my kids, my husbands. I've been nice to other people. I try really hard, and you know what happens? The heart breaks down because I get disappointed. Not because people don't appreciate it, but because they don't treat me well at times, and I don't like it. And yes, family members can treat you bad too. But with family members, it's a little bit more forgivable because you have that relationship, at least in a good family relationship. But, we don't always have that availability to have clarity. More so if it's a family that lives distantly away. How does this happen? Technology has changed this on us. We no longer have the eye-to-eye contact. We no longer hear each other's voices because when we write, what somebody says may come across as anger. Like I can write something and put, I am angry. But somebody else might read that as, I am angry. When in fact, all it is I'm disappointed. Should the words be changed? Possibly. But not everybody thinks to say, well, I don't want to say I'm angry. I want to say I'm disappointed. But even still, you can put disappointment and people are going to think of a negative connotation for it. So, and I know that emails have been like this for years. And so now we're getting into more advanced. We got texts. We have electronic messaging between providers or other people. There's just so many avenues we're using electronic devices to communicate. But what it's taken away is the human element, the heart, the voice, the meaning behind our words. Because when you can hear the tone and the voice behind the words, your perception is different. It's sort of like in grammar. If you don't put the comma in the right place, the sentence can say something different. So what I'm doing though is, for me, and you don't have to follow me, my changes are not about a goal that I need to achieve that everybody else is achieving. My goal is to love myself better so that when I get up in the morning, and actually I don't look in the mirror except to comb my hair. And maybe I should do that more often. But, as I get older, my hair is just, so complicated to work with. But what I'm saying is, if you have a hard time smiling, get up in the morning and look in the mirror and try. After you brush your teeth, put a smile on your face and just see how beautiful you are. Because the smile is the first thing people see of you. And that is your signature, your smile. Now, how you communicate and how you treat others brings together that smile. Because if you have a genuine smile of love, compassion, and hope for others, it comes through in how you talk to them. So what I'm doing is I will continue to try to be that kind person I desire to be towards others, but I also want to be kind to me. And I've been working on this for a couple of years because people have a tendency to step on my toes and I get hurt and then I get upset and then I get mad at myself for allowing it to happen. And my husband has told me, just say no. But see what has happened in the past when I say no? People get angry. But I've been saying no lately, and I honestly, they've gotten mad at me, but I don't care. Because you see, in this world, in order to give to others, we have to give to ourselves. We have to know what that feeling is like to be honored. How do we honor somebody else if we don't know what that feeling is like? That does not mean I'm looking to be selfish and do nothing for others. I love giving to others. And I won't tell you what I do throughout the year or do for others because you know what? That's irrelevant. Those are things I do because my heart is led. So what I might do today might be different than what I do tomorrow, 6 months from now, a year from now. It doesn't matter. Because my heart isn't about recognition of what I do. My heart is about what I can do for others. But right now, God has been on me for this for a while now. Take care of you, Laura. Now, I have some other things going on in reference to health. I've shared this a few times. I know, boring. But the truth is, I have some challenges that I am trying to work through, and they get discouraging. But if I take care of myself, sometimes having a good attitude can actually start making some improvements. It might not resolve the root problem, but it allows you to accept the situation a little bit easier because you're being kind to yourself. Experience what that feels like to be kind to me. I'm taking back. No, I'm not going to go to the people and take back what I've done for them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm taking is all of that energy I've given to others, I'm taking a piece of it and I'm sharing it with me because I am choosing to have joy. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in this world. It's so discouraging, but it's distracting. It's distracting for you and I. It's telling us that we shouldn't pay attention to the kindness that we need. We should be in fear. We should hate each other. We should do all that. No, time out, folks. Take a moment and ask yourself, why is the world crazy? Why? People went nuts. People made decisions. And all of a sudden, the bridges that we've been walking on went up. You know those bridges that go up when the boats come through? They're up. We have been divided. Nobody can get across those bridges because we have been divided. By who? By what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you believe in science or not. It doesn't matter if you like one politician over another. It does not matter. What matters is we need to get back to what we did, at least in my younger years when I was in school, in college. You ask questions for better clarity. And when you ask questions, the person answering needs to hear your words. They need to be able to say, oh, that's a good way of looking at it. It's a nice, it's a different viewpoint. You see, like for myself, I'm a very creative person, so I see things very differently. But I also am somebody who's very inquisitive, and I want to know information because it helps me to better understand. I drive my physicians nuts. I don't think any of them are following me. Maybe it's a good thing. But I drive them crazy because, and maybe I don't, but I'm always asking them more than possibly other patients do because it's like, no, this isn't making sense to me. Because even though I am intelligent, I don't necessarily have their scientific brain. They went to school, they improved on it. I took medical courses, but still, even some of the courses I took in high school, the college prep courses, some of them were just like, oh my gosh, I won't go there. But what I'm saying is, we need to help one another. We need to take those bridges that are now frozen, keeping us separated. We need to defrost them and bring them down so that we can be connected and unified. But in order to do that, we need to heal. We need to heal our hearts. We need to stop and say, okay, what the heck happened to me? Why am I always angry? Why am I always crying? Whatever. And it's not necessarily depression, and that's for another topic, but it could be the sadness that we have felt that a pill is not going to fix. Not at all. So how am I going to do it? And this is my intentional change to start my new year. I will still continue to try to have a garden this year. I will still try to improve my knowledge on herbs and stuff. And I have a very good knowledge of my herbs and how they benefit us. But I still have to work on it because there's new stuff every day. How can some complement each other? And those things are exciting. So as I do those things, I still have to start my day intentionally deciding, what am I going to do for me today? Am I going to have a cup of tea? Am I going to have a tea that is calming? Am I going to go out into the sunshine because it's going to be 40 degrees today and the sun is going to be out? I know 40 is cold for most, but considering that it could get below zero, I like 40. You put on some thermals, you put on a vest, you put on whatever. Get out there and get those rays on, whatever it is. I want to intentionally do different exercises. Why? I want something different than the ones that I've always done because I need a change. So these intentional changes are for me. I am going to smile at myself in the morning. Usually in the morning I don't. I just get in the shower. I might comb my hair before I get in the shower. Get in the shower, get refreshed, comb my hair, do my hair, whatever. And then I don't meet myself in the mirror anymore. You know, even when I go in and I use the bathroom and wash my hands and stuff, I might peek up, but I really don't pay any attention unless something is really off, like if my hair is up or something like that. But generally I don't really worry about that because, you know, I'm going about my day. So when I get out of the shower and I brush my teeth and I smile, I want to see somebody I love. The more we do this for ourselves, the more we love ourselves, make improvements that make us happy for who we are. And I'm not talking about going on any special diets, to go on any special programs. I'm not going there, folks. What I'm saying is, you can begin a change in your life the moment you wake up. It doesn't have to be January 1st. It can be every day you can be doing intentional changes to improve. Now, the one thing that I will acknowledge is I'm going to have bad days. Life happens. We will have bad days. We will have challenges. But the last 3 years have been daunting. On top of that are some things that I have been struggling with for more than the 3 years. And I'll just say they're daunting. That is more than enough description to explain how I feel, because I don't need to share anything else other than that. But what can I do to deal with it? Because you know what? I still get up. I still have a life to live regardless of those situations. I still have to get up. And I still have to get some things done. Will I take naps through the day? If my body is tired, yes, I still take naps. Because when my body is tired, that means it needs a nap. Eventually, if we can get to the root cause of a few things, that will change. And even if it doesn't, I'm going to embrace these naps as a gift. And I realize that the world doesn't believe in naps, but some people need it. And I realize some people think, well, people who nap all day are lazy. That's not true. There are some people who actually need naps. I used to be a go-getter. I was all the time on the go. And I would sleep a good night's sleep, but I would be up and I would go and never stop. I was that worker that multitasked beyond multitasking. I could do 3-4 things at once. I like where I am right now. I don't like that I can't multitask like I used to, but I like the fact that I have taken the time to acknowledge who I am and what my needs are. I am in a stage of my life where the number one person that I need to honor, outside God, I put God first, but the first person I need to honor is me. Because if I can love me for who I am, I can love my husband more fully, I can love my family members, I can love anybody I encounter. I can love those who are helping me get better. I can love those that, are friends or people that I walk by on the street. I can love others more fully if I intently love myself first. And so, for some people, that might seem like a very selfish change in attitude, but it's not. And the best part of, as I practice this, it's getting easier to say no to people. when I used to say yes for some things that I wasn't really too sure about, I would have tension. I would feel bad if I thought, oh, it would cause anxiety, most especially if it was something that I wasn't desiring or didn't want to do. The worst thing about saying no, and it's taken me a while, people don't like you when you say no, when they're used to knowing that you're a giver. Do I mind that if people ask me, Laura, would you mind doing this? I don't have a problem with that. But there are some things that I am not drawn to do. And so I think in our culture, we need to accept that some people are going to say no to our desires. And I'm not talking about anything political or anything like that that's happened over the last 3 years. I'm focusing on where we move. And if everybody started doing this and started being kind to yourself, making a decision to try and not let the negative parts of the world bring us down, we can change the world. And I'm not saying I'm going to be the miracle worker of what takes 2022 to 2023 with no issues. I'm not in charge of those people who are making decisions for us. I'm in charge of the decisions that are in front of me for myself and how I am to serve others. More importantly, my husband and my family member. Yet the first person, and I know I'm repeating this because I'm trying to get it ingrained, because it's been so long that I have been serving others first. Get up. I mean, moms do this all the time. We get up when our kids are young. We get up and we take care of them. Make sure they have food, make sure they have all these things. And we might not get into the shower like we want because we've taken care of all the needs of the little ones. Yet we need to embrace time for ourselves. Whether we have little ones at home or whether we don't anymore. My husband still has needs from me in terms of I take care of a lot of things, but I depend on him too. One of the other things that we're doing is we're incorporating some of the things I'm responsible for, and he's taken on some of that responsibility and vice versa. We are starting to share more together and teaching each other some of the things that we do. Folks, we're getting older, and so we want to understand, like, I want to make sure I know how to use this snow blower, and I know how. I've done it before when he had shoulder surgery, but that was like maybe 12 years ago. And even when I had to do that, he was out there with his cast. He wouldn't let me at it. And so he's making changes, realizing that even though I love that he wants to take care of me, I don't want him to be so overpowering that I don't have the ability to take care of myself too. So the first things first is to love myself. And I'm excited about this, and I've been doing this, and it's exhilarating to see how much better I'm feeling. And like I said, it's a process, and I do have sad moments that I cannot explain here on a public forum. It's not the right place. And the people that need to know will know. But to take a moment and say, this is what I'm going to do, this is far more empowering than saying, I'm going to lose those 20 pounds. And I have to lose some weight. But I would rather say, I'm going to take care of me today first. The first thing I'm going to do is wake up, brush my teeth. If I want to shower first thing or if I want to shower late, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take care of myself, attend to those basic needs, and then get on my day. Although I do have chickens. Where do they fall in? I take care of me by making sure they're fed. And so I hope that as you enter 2023, even if you don't see this until 4 or 5 days, maybe a month later, and you realize that, hey, what kind of resolutions do people make? I hope that maybe you might see that you don't need January 1st as your goal date to change. Every day of our lives is an opportunity to make our lives better. And so as you enter the new year, it doesn't matter what you choose to do. Maybe you treat yourself really well. Take time to figure out one thing and understand that it's going to be baby steps. I've accepted that even though my goal is to love me first and to take care of my needs first, and that does not mean I'm going to go get manicures and all that. I'm just not into that. It's none of that. But I may schedule more massages for me. I've cut back on those because I felt guilty for a long time. And it's a cost. With everything else going up, I feel guilty, like, I shouldn't do that. But the more I think about it, I can't do that every day, of course. But I could certainly schedule them more frequently because those are things that benefit my body, my health, and all that. So think about the things that you could do, even if it's once a month. If you can't do something for yourself every day other than brush your teeth, shower, eat breakfast or whatever, maybe there's nothing personal you can do in your own home setting. Set aside a time to do something special for you that works with your budget, that works with your time. And if it doesn't work with your time, ask somebody, whether it's a spouse or a friend, somebody close who can watch the children if you have young people, or give you a drive if you need to have somebody drive you, so that you can take care of you. Whether it's for half an hour, or 2 hours, take the time to take care of you, because like I said at the beginning, when we love ourselves, when we believe in ourselves and we say we are valuable, then we can be kinder to others. We can be more giving. And I can't imagine, I'm not a wonderful person, but I do enjoy the art, the gift of giving, because it brings me such joy. I don't expect anything back. I just like doing that. But I don't like when people expect it. And that's what it is going to be important about the aspect of taking care of me first. Because then as I do for others, that joy in giving to others is going to be compounded. And the ability to say no will be able to be expressed with grace. And I hope, if nothing else, my goal is to honor God in who I become through this transition. And I pray that He will guide me through all these decisions so that I can be a better servant to Him, but also a servant to my husband. And I know there's a lot of women out there that say, you shouldn't say that. You know what? I'm okay being a wife to my husband. I believe that in our marriage, we serve one another. So when I say a servant to my husband, it's not that I feel like I'm a slave to him, although there are days. But he feels the same way. So it's just a matter of doing for one another. So that's all I wanted to share today. What are we going to do as we transition into this new beginning, this new world? Don't focus on the negative. Look within and see what you can do for you. The world's a scary, scary place out there. And from what I understand, there's going to be some more scary things that are going to be happening. We can't address them if we are angry. We can only address them if we can take care of ourselves, build our strength up, keep our bodies healthy, and take care of ourselves. So, first thing is, love yourself, treat yourself well with nutrition, give your body some strength with exercise, and do a little bit of special for yourself, and then give to others. And then all those other things that are going to be flying at us, we've already dealt with 2-3 years now. This year's been quite interesting. More is about to come. That's what I'm learning. What specifically? I'm not privy. I don't know all of it. All I know is that I watch all the resources that I feel comfortable. And it's not the same news at all. I watch and I read a variety of different sources so I can say, this might not be good. How will I encounter it? Well, the best way that I'm going to be able to handle it is by taking care of me, honoring me, and saying I am worth taking care of. How long am I on this earth? It doesn't matter. When it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But in the interim, I'm going to take care of myself. And I'm so excited about 2023 because I like this change. I like how I have been incorporating it little by little. It's not big yet. It's just a little bit because I am not used to doing this for myself. But each piece, every time I do something each day, it's kind of like, that was nice. That's the same feeling other people get when I have gifted to them. They said, oh, nobody's ever done this for me. You know what? I've never done anything for myself like this. And I understand that feeling after giving to others, and when they express that, I get it. I get that feeling because now I'm tending to myself and the needs that I can only meet. Nobody else can do what I'm doing because I know what that first thing in the morning emotional need is. It's taking care of myself. So folks, I am looking forward to 2023. I know it's going to be a crazy world out there. But you know what? We can face it. All of us can. Be blessed, folks, and I hope that you will share below any of the things that you plan on doing, all your intentional changes that you plan on making. Share them below. What is it that you want to do? Even if you call it a New Year's resolution, share it. I would love to hear what your plans are for the new year. And I hope it's with a positive attitude, and I hope it's with the one that makes you feel good about you in an honorable way, not in a selfish way, but in an honorable way. Have a great night, and God bless you.